All right, hey everybody, Graz back with the Graz World of Sports Gaming. Took a few days off, and now we're back to do some more golf and boxing today. Today we will be doing the 1897 British and U.S. Opens. Yeah. 1897 Open, the British Open was at Royal Liverpool Golf Club in boy, these words. Words are hard today. Hoylake, England. 88 players played, of whom I have 12. And in the actual one, Harold Hilton won. And if you've been paying attention to my opens, you know how ridiculous that is. We'll see how he does. Yeah. He won by one shot over James Braid. So let's look at old Harold Hilton while we play. The people that I have are John Ball, James Braid, George Cumming, Willie Fernie, Sandy Hurd, Harold Hilton, Andrew Kirkcaldy, Bernard Nichols, Willie Park Jr., J.H. Taylor, Harry Vardon, and Jack White. No old Tom. And in 1896, J.H. Taylor won the British Open, and he had our first hole-in-one. So here we go. First one without old Tom in a long time. I wonder if he's done. I can't remember when he stops playing. But here we go. Round one, I can't say that. Do I have the right thing? 1890? Okay. Royal Liverpool. Teeing off. I think the only thing I can guarantee you is that Harold Hilton will not win this. He's the only golfer I've had that has broken 100. And he has done it twice. So I don't think that he's got a shot. All right. Oh, my. Willie Park Jr. Even par. Impressive. All right, so in 12th place, we have Andrew Kirkcaldy, who shoots an 88, 16 over. He has 2 birdies on the back 9. Okay, in 11th, we have Sandy Hurd, who shoots a 14 over 86, and he has 2 birdies on the back 9. He never quite overcame the quad bogey on hole 1. Tied for 9th at 12 with 12 over 84s, Harold Hilton and Jack White. Harold Hilton does not have a birdie. Jack White also does not have a birdie. In 7th place, tied at 10 over 82, George Cumming and James Braid. George Cumming, no birdies, triple bogey on 18. And James Braid, 2 birdies. Not bad. Okay, tied for 5th at 9 over with 81s. We have John Ball and reigning champion J.H. Taylor. John Ball has 1 birdie. J.H. Taylor has a birdie as well. 3rd place at 8 over 80s, we have Bernard Nichols with, 3 birdies on the back 9. And Harry Vardon with 1 birdie. In 2nd place at 4 over 76, we have Willie Fernie, who only has 1 birdie, but also does not have that many bogeys. And then in 1st place, right now, at even par, we have Willie Park Jr., who has 4 birdies and 4 bogeys. All right. So there we go. Round 1. Let's go to round 2 and see what happens. Drinking my black coffee. I guess round 2 for Royal Liverpool is playing a little bit harder than round 1. Wow, George Cumming. I created him. Apparently I didn't do a very good job. You can tell the ones I created because their last name isn't all caps. All right, in last place, or in 12th place, we have George Cumming with a 21 over 93. Just awful. And he's 31 over total, 18 behind the leader. In 11th, with a 17 over 89, is Jack White. Okay. Tied for 9th at 27 over, we have Andrew Kirkcaldy, who had an 11 over 83. Had a birdie, but not much else. And Sandy Hurd with a 13 over 85. Bogeyed the first 8 holes and never quite recovered. In 7th place with a 13 over 85 and 23 over total, James Braid. All right. In 6th place with a 21 over total and 13 over 85, Bernard Nichols. No birdies. 5th place, interesting, one of the best rounds of the day, with an 8 over 80 and 20 over 7 shots behind the lead, is real life winner Harold Hilton. 3 birdies, including back-to-back. Interesting. Okay, in 4th place with an 11 over 83, 19 over total, Harry Vardon. Triple bogey on 18. Okay. In 3rd place, 14 over 86 and 18 total, is Willie Fernie, who gets 2 birdies. In 2nd place, 2 shots off the lead with the round of the day, 6 over 78, is J.H. Taylor. He has 2 birdies, and he's just playing good golf. And then in 1st place, with a 13 over 85, Willie Park Jr., completely different from day 1. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but a helicopter's going over right now. Okay, round 3. Yeah, I don't know. Can Harold Hilton do it? I doubt it. Mm-hmm. Okay, Liverpool didn't play quite as hard that round, but we got us a battle going for the winner. Okay, in 12th place, we have Sandy Hurd with a 17 over 89. He does get a birdie, but he is 23 shots behind the leader. Tied for 10th at 42 over total, we have Andrew Kirkcaldy, who shoots a 15 over 87. Has a 5 over 9 on the 3rd hole. That's rough. And then a double bogey right after that. Never quite recovers. And tied with him with an 11 over 83 is George Cumming, who gets his first birdie of the tournament and shoots an 83. In 9th place with a 14 over 86 and 38 over total, John Ball. Not much there. Tied for 7th at 35 over, we have Harold Hilton with a 15 over 87. He birdies 18. And James Braid with a 12 over 84. Nice run here of 6 straight pars. All right, in 5th place, 13 shots behind the leader, we have Bernard Nichols and Jack White. Bernard Nichols shoots a 13 over 85. Okay, Jack White has the low round of the day, low score of the round with a plus 577, including 3 holes in the last 6 that he birdied. Impressive. In 4th place with an 11 over 83 and 8 shots behind the lead total is Willie Fernie with 2 birdies. Just kind of racking them up a little bit. 3rd place, 7 shots behind with a 9 over 81 is Harry Vardon. No birdies, but he's just playing good golf. And in second place with a great round, 7 over 79, and he's only one shot behind, is our reigning champion, J.H. Taylor, trying to repeat with one birdie. And then holding on to the lead so far with an 8 over 80 and 21 over total is Willie Park Jr., who birdies 2 holes. All right, going to round 4. This can J.H. Taylor do it, or can Willie Park Jr. finally win his 5th Open? Harold Hilton's not going to win, I'll tell you that. All righty. In 12th place, we have George Cumming with a 93. Awful scores. Good golf, terrible golf. Good golf, terrible golf. Finished at 63 over par, 30 shots behind the winner. Sandy Hurd shoots an 87. 15 over. He's 59 over total and 26 behind the winner. Andrew Kirkcaldy is 25 behind the winner with a 16 over 88. And no birdies since the second round. In 9th place, with 55 over par, 22 shots behind, with a 20 over 92, is real-life winner Harold Hilton. Gets a birdie. Okay. In 8th place, 52 over, 19 behind the lead, with a 14 over 86, is John Ball, who birdies 1 hole. Still looking for our first eagle at a British Open. 7th place, with 44 over, 11 shots behind the leader, 10 over 82 this round, Jack White. Wow. Man, if he could bottle some of that, he could really make some ground. Tied for 5th, 10 shots behind the lead at 43 over. We have Willie Fernie with a 14 over 86 with 1 birdie. And Bernard Nichols with a 9 over 81 and 3 birdies. I'm sorry. 2 birdies and our first eagle. Bernard Nichols has our first eagle. Wow. It's a chip-in eagle on a par 5. He chipped it in from 73 yards to have our first eagle. Bernard Nichols. Congratulations to Bernard Nichols for the first eagle. So now we've had our first hole-in-one by J.H. Taylor, and then the very next year we had our first eagle. So there we go. Okay, in 4th place with the round of the day, a 6 over 78, we have James Braid, who is 8 shots behind the leader at 41 over, and he has 3 birdies that round with a 78. In 3rd place, 3 shots behind with an 8 over 80, we have Harry Vardon, who just, 1 birdie and just played great. And then in 2nd place, falling apart after leading the first 3 rounds with a 14 over 86, losing by 2 shots, is Willie Park Jr., even though he had 2 birdies on the back 9. And your winner, going back-to-back with an 11 over 83 and 33 over total, is J.H. Taylor. He wins without a birdie on the 4th round. J.H. Taylor has won back-to-back. And Bernard Nichols has our first eagle. All right, so let's go find J.H. Taylor. There he is. Can we? Okay. All right. Now, let's play the U.S. Open. 1897 U.S. Open at the Chicago Golf Club at Wheaton, Illinois. Now, I had the country club because I didn't have the Chicago Golf Club. What I did was, if I didn't have the course, then I would try to find something that was active then. That's why I had Shinnecock Hills when it wasn't actually used. So I'm playing at the country club. We had 35 members that played, of whom I had 4. And Joe Lloyd won. And I don't think I even had 4. Let's see. We have Bernard Nichols. Hey, that's the guy that just had the eagle. There he is. There's our first eagle. So I've got Willie Anderson, Bernard Nichols, Willie Campbell, and Jack White. That's who I have. This is Willie Anderson Jr. Okay. All right, so here we go. Let's at least look at Joe Lloyd while we play, even though I don't have him. All right, now these scores are going to be drastically different because, again, the Hickory Project, where we get the high scores, are only on the British Open courses. So this is going to be under par probably, but it is the U.S. Open. Standard, PGA. We'll go to calm. We'll just try standard. Okay, round one. Wow, that was fast. All right, Willie Campbell. Let's see, who won the U.S. Open? Willie Campbell is the reigning U.S. Open champion. In the first round, he shoots a 5 over 76. He does have 3 birdies, but never quite overcomes the... Okay. In third place with a 3 under 68, 1 shot off the lead, is Jack White, who has 7 birdies in 1 round. Again, this, like I said, the scores are drastically different. And tied for first, we have Willie Anderson Jr. with a 4 under 67. And Bernard Nichols with a 4 over, same thing. All right. Hey, if he gets an eagle in this tournament, then he'll be the first person to have an eagle in both tournaments. That'd be kind of funny. All right, round 2. All right, Willie Campbell is in 4th place still, trying to repeat, but I don't think he's gonna. He gets 5 birdies, but again, he has a run where he just can't overcome it. Tied for second now, 3 under, 72s, plus 172s this round, Willie Anderson Jr. and Bernard Nichols. And in the lead at 4 under with a 1 under 70 and a 1-shot lead is Jack White. Okay, round 3. Could still be anybody. Willie Campbell, after round 3, just can't seem to gain any ground. 2 birdies, but again, he eliminates them with bogeys. In third place with a 1 over 72, and he's 2 under, 7 shots behind, is Bernard Nichols. Okay. In second place with an even par 71, and he's 3 under, 6 shots behind, is Willie Anderson Jr. And in first place with a 5 under 66 and 9 under total, a 6-shot lead going into the last round, is Jack White, who has a perfect round. Well, not perfect, but clean. No bogeys. 5 birdies. All right, round 4. Okay. Willie Campbell finishes in 4th. He does not repeat. He finally breaks par, though, with a 2 under 69. Finishes 3 over. Willie Anderson Jr. shoots a 2 over 73 and finishes 7 shots behind. He does have 4 birdies, but yeah. Bernard Nichols with a 1 under 70 finishes 3 under. Does he get the eagle? He does not, but he has 6 birdies. And then Jack White wins with a 1 over 72, 8 under total. Jack White is your 1897 U.S. Open champion. So let's take a look at him real quick. If we could. All right, well, I guess we're just going to have to search for him. Obviously, you know who's going to come up first when you search for Jack White is the American musician. There's old Jack White right there. see. He played in the U.S. Open. He did not actually play in the U.S. Open yet, but I had to have people that played in it. So I'm not seeing where he played in the U.S. Open. Oh, 1929, and he withdrew. But anyway, so he won a U.S. Open. I mean, you know, I got to do what I got to do to have people that play, right? So there you go. 1897 Open has been played. Jack White is your champion. And I already forgot. J.H. Taylor repeated in the British Open. Alrighty. Next up, for golf, we will have the 1898 Opens, and that time I will do the U.S. Open will have its own video because we're starting to have real fields for everything. So 1898 we'll have the British Open at Prestwick. Let's see, is Old Tom back? I think Old Tom might be done. Let's just I want to look at that. While I got you here. Has he left us? He dies in 1908 at the age of 86. Let's see, when does he stop playing? 1896 is his last year. So we have moved on from the old guard. Nobody has left from the beginning. Old Tom was our last link. So that's yeah, kind of sad. I might put him on the thumbnail just because. No, I guess I shouldn't. Anyway, that was the 1897 British Open and U.S. Open. See you later today with probably some boxing.